Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great, and once again, Merry Christmas in advance to you all. Okay, back to business. The last time I made a video on vaginal discharges, that was kind of a brief intro. Okay, so today we are going to delve deeper and then get to know the various colors and smells, or what they are associated with. Okay, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. So in the previous video, I said that vaginal discharges were actually normal, and then they are discharges that are created in the vagina. They actually cleanse the vagina from like dead cells and then from bad bacteria. It also serves as a lubricant for the vagina so that it doesn't go dry. Okay, so we are going to look at some causes of this vaginal discharges, and as I said, like, vaginal discharges are normal. Okay, and then sometimes you can have vaginal discharges due to sexual arousal, like being aroused sexually. Definitely there's going to be a change in your vaginal discharges, and when you are ovulating, to the discharges you are going to have is going to be different. It could be also be affected by exercise. So when you exercise, there is going to be a change in your normal vaginal discharge. And if you are someone that uses contraceptives that much, okay, you are also going to find some changes in your discharges. Also, the last thing is that emotional stress can also cause a change in vaginal discharges. It's not always that vaginal discharges are caused by infections. So some of the points I mentioned, exercise, contraceptives, ovulation, whatever, stress, emotional stress, those ones can also cause changes in your vaginal discharges as well. Okay, so we are going to have a look at the types of vaginal discharges. Okay, so we have the white vaginal discharges. They are normal. Okay, they are normal if white vaginal discharges are normal if they are the beginning of your menstrual cycle. But when you realize that they have a cottage cheese kind of appearance, and then sometimes it's accompanied by itch or even a smell or something like that, then it could be a yeast infection. It could be a yeast infection. So as I said, white vaginal discharges are normal, especially during the beginning of your menstrual cycle. But once it changes and becomes cottage cheese like, then you should know that it could be a yeast infection, that you should see your doctor. The next step we are going to look at is the clear and watery, like clear as in like transparent discharge, and then watery as well, like that is normal, completely normal for everybody. And usually, I mentioned that exercise can influence your vaginal discharge. So when it's clear and watery, and then maybe it's a bit excess or heavier, then you should realize that probably it's because you exercised. When you exercise, you are going to actually see a change in your vaginal discharge. Okay, so there is also the clear and sticky, or like the stretchy. Yeah, the clear and sticky or stretchy, and it's usually during ovulation. It's usually during a period of ovulation. I know most of us don't even know our ovulation periods because of a lot of factors and all that. And there are some people whose menstrual cycle is actually unstable. There are people who don't know their ovulation period, but maybe that can tell you as well. I would one day have a video, or make a video on ovulation only, so that we get to refresh our knowledge. Okay, so the next type is the reddish or the brown type of discharge, or sometimes it's pink, or let's say bloody. It's usually during or like after your menses, like right after your menses. And then sometimes you have bleeding, some small bleedings in between your periods, like before the next period. Sometimes you have bleedings, and then that one is called spotting. Okay, so sometimes if you have spotting, if you are maybe close to your ovulation period, or maybe during your normal menstruation time or your normal period, and then you experience like spotting, and then let's say prior to that you had unprotected sexual intercourse, then it could mean pregnancy. Okay, so this reddish discharge or the spotting could also mean pregnancy. And if it is pregnancy and then you are experiencing spotting at the early stage of pregnancy, then it could be signs of miscarriage. So you should get to meet with your doctor and then talk about that. There are some rare cases as well of this brown or red or pink discharge. Sometimes it could be as a result of cervical or endometrial cancer. It could also be signs and symptoms like signs of fibroid or other abnormal growth. So anytime you have this and then maybe it's not right after or during your period, or it's not spotting, then it should tell you that there is something wrong. Maybe there is something wrong. You might as well see your doctor to have it checked for you. It's better to be safer. Yeah. Okay, so the last color we are going to have a look at is the yellowish or the greenish discharge. Some might ask, is it possible to have a green discharge or like a yellow discharge? Yeah, it's really possible, and then most of the times it's related to sexually transmitted infections. Okay, so especially when it's accompanied with maybe itch or a foul smell, an unpleasant smell, then it could be a sexually transmitted infection. Okay, so I'll also make a video on sexually transmitted infections, take the common ones or some of the infections, and then we take critical looks at them. Then we get to have a fair idea of what they are about, so that when we see any of these signs and symptoms, we'll know how to go about them. So in short, vaginal discharges actually play a major role. Okay, they play a major role in this. And then when you go and then there is maybe an infection or an abnormality, your gynae or your doctor might prescribe some drugs for you. Sometimes too, they might let you go the natural way. So if you experience any of these I've mentioned and then you think it's abnormal, a stitch in time saves 9. Okay, so the moment you realize something is wrong and you're not really sure, I'll then treat you to see a health practitioner, so that if it's a big problem, it can be solved early before it's becomes serious. Okay, so this is where we are going to end on vaginal discharges. We are going to end here. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope this content has been educative. If it has been educative, kindly give me a like and please share my video to others as well. If you have any comments, any suggestions or anything below the comments box, just drop it there and I'll read it and then get to you. Thank you all. If you have any questions as well, you can drop them. If I can answer them, I'm surely going to help you out. Okay, take care everyone. Take care. It's the Christmas season. It's a festive season. Please, let's take care of ourselves. Let's watch our movements. Let's watch our diets and everything. Safety first. Remember, no matter what, safety first. Merry Christmas in advance to all of you. Thank you all. Love you. Bye bye.